Hello everyone, and welcome to our yet another video on third-party agency notice, which we usually abbreviate as TPAN. In this segment, I'll be talking about strictly the third-party agency notice on a building. My name is CPA Innocent Mugisha. I welcome you to this very yet another interesting session. In today's topic, I'm diving into this very important topic. And if you are a business owner, if you are a tenant, or you are a landlord, this is something you must understand: the third-party agency notice. And I request you to stay tuned to the very end for the key takeaways. Without any further ado, we shall jump into our discussion. In this segment, I'll be talking about what is a third-party agency notice. I'll be talking about the steps to follow if you receive the TPAN. In number 3, we shall be talking about the third-party agency notice on buildings. So landlords, you should be very attentive on this one. And then finally, I'll be talking about how to avoid the third-party agency notice. Now, before we go into this discussion, I want to remind you that our tax practitioners course, by the time of making this session, the March 2025 intake is open. And of course, this is cohort 1, or I should say training 1, where we cover several things like the income tax, value-added tax, customs and excise, EFRIS. And then our training comes with a certificate that you can use as a tax agent, tax consultant, just to demonstrate and prove to people that you have gained the knowledge and the skills. In this one, we have sessions, of course, spread out over the weekend. So we have the Sunday session, and then we also have the Monday and Thursday session. If you're interested, you can send us a WhatsApp on those numbers on the screens, or visit our offices on Karl Marx building. If you're watching this video on our YouTube channel, you'll find the registration link in the description down below. Then also, those who have covered tax practitioners course, cohort 1, we have a second cohort for you to advance into more complex tax issues to help you run your agency or consultancy. And here we are going to cover details of excise or local excise duty. We shall be talking about the customs duty. I shall be talking about gambling tax, the weekly gaming return. We shall be talking about customs taxes, international tax, and then oil and gas, or taxation of petroleum operations in Uganda. This session also comes with a certificate, an advanced certificate, so you can enroll and get to know about when the sessions are open, so that you come and advance your knowledge in taxation. This very segment is part of the training in our tax practitioners course. So let us dive into our discussion. So we begin by asking ourselves, what is a third-party agency notice? We begin by asking ourselves, what is a third-party agency notice? So we are saying that a third-party agency notice is a legal directive issued by tax authorities all over the world. For example, in Uganda, it is issued by Uganda Revenue Authority, URA, instructing a third party, such as a bank or your banker or employer, or even a tenant, to withhold funds and remit those funds towards a taxpayer's outstanding tax obligations. So this is the third-party agency notice that we are talking about here. Why have I actually picked this topic? The fact is that I have several clients who are shocked by these third-party agency notices. They go to their bank and they find that their funds on the bank have been caveated by URA. You cannot get the money off your bank account. I have clients who are landlords and they get surprised when tenants can no longer remit funds to them, as we are going to see. In simple terms, when you talk about a third-party agency notice, in simple terms, what we are saying is, if someone owes taxes, URA can order a third party to pay that tax using the money they were supposed to send to the taxpayer. I repeat that. A third-party agency notice means that if someone owes taxes, URA can order a third party to pay the tax using the money they were supposed to send to the taxpayer. Let's have a real-life example. This real-life example has been derived from the experience I have had with my clients. So here, I have decided to name the tenant James Golola. Now, James Golola recently received a third-party agency notice instructing him not to pay rent to his landlord, Kamoga Mahad. This is because Mahad has an outstanding tax debt of Uganda shillings 20 million with the tax authorities, URA. What's the implication of this? As a result, James is required to redirect the rent payment to the Uganda Revenue Authority instead of paying it to his landlord, Mahad. This will help settle part or all the tax debt owed by Mahad to URA. This means that as a tenant, if you receive such a notice, you must comply. If you receive such a notice, you must comply. Or else, you will face penalties. So this is how serious it is. We have our landlord, Kamoga Mahad. Maybe Kamoga Mahad, our landlord, has failed to remit returns on time, or has actually filed but is not clearing the resultant tax liability. We see that with the third-party agency notice, URA has the power or the mandate to ask the tenants. So you, the landlord who is attending this or listening to this, if you are adamant and you're refusing to pay your part of the tax, URA can actually close in, take over your business, and begin to collect the taxes, begin to collect the money on your behalf. So this is how serious this issue is. So, what should I do if I receive a third-party agency notice? What should I do? Here we are saying that if you receive a third-party agency notice, the first thing you're going to do is to verify that notice. Check whether the notice is authentic with URA. Step number 2, consult a tax expert. Good enough, I have already done this for you. I've simplified. Now you have the professional guidance, which is going to help you avoid the legal risks. So, consult a tax expert, seek professional guidance, because the circumstances may differ. As we have seen, the third-party agency notice can be issued in different circumstances. Then proceed to communicate with the affected party. If you are a tenant who has received this notice, go ahead and inform the landlord that, hey, I have received a TPAN from URA and these are the implications. Then finally, ensure that you comply with the notice. If you have been instructed to withhold the funds, to withhold this rent for this month, take it to URA. You're supposed to do that. If the notice is valid, follow the instructions to avoid penalties on your part. Now, let us look at the TPAN on a building, which is now a rampant one. By the time of doing this video, the TPAN on buildings is rampant. URA is closing in on landlords. So on the screen, we are saying that the TPAN, a third-party agency notice on a building, is legally issued by URA and legally requires the collection agent, the tenant, to withhold the rental income and remit it to URA instead of paying this money to the landlord. The notice specifies the amount to be collected and the period for tax compliance. The tenant is expected to follow URA's instructions by withholding the rent payments and remitting the required amount to URA using the correct payment registration number and specifying that it is under the TPAN. If the landlord disputes the tax claim, they must engage URA directly. So you, as the tenant who has received the TPAN, you are supposed to comply with it. Follow the instructions. Let the landlord sort himself or herself out with URA. Not everything is lost. The landlords who are here, URA can actually lift the TPAN if you engage them seriously. So once the URA lifts the TPAN, the agent can resume paying rent to the landlord. The tenant can resume paying rent to the landlord. All right. How can you avoid getting a TPAN? The landlords who are here, the business persons who are here, how can you avoid getting a TPAN? Here we are saying that if you're a business owner or a landlord, the best way to avoid a TPAN is to stay tax compliant. I always tell my students in the tax practitioners course that URA has 30% stake in your business. Take URA as part of the shareholders. Start to see and consider URA as your partner in business. If you want to cheat URA, if you want to play hide and seek, they'll also use the instruments that they have at their disposal to go against you. So if you are a landlord, you're a business owner here listening to this video, the best way to avoid the third-party agency notices is to stay compliant. Ensure that you file and pay your taxes on time and regularly check the URA or check with URA for any outstanding obligations. Check your tax ledger. Do I have outstanding obligations? If you're a business person who is here or a taxpayer who is here, ask yourself, when did I last check my TIN account? When did I last log in? When did I last download my tax ledger? Have you tried to look at what is there? Are there assessments that you don't know? So ensure that you are up to speed. And then we are saying that if you are unsure about your tax status, consider working with a tax consultant to stay ahead of any potential issues. We are here to help you. There are several people that we work with. We have several students that have gone through our training. you can visit our website to see their profiles. Their profiles are there, the different services they offer there, so you can engage different people and see who can help you. Don't suffer alone. We are here to help you, and I'll be sharing our numbers with you. If you need a tax consultant, if you need help, you can also comment in the comment section down below. All right, key features of the TPAN. What are the key features of a TPAN? These are the key takeaways from this presentation. Number one, that TPAN is issued by tax authorities, typically sent by the revenue authorities like the Uganda Revenue Authority, URA. It targets third parties directed at banks, employers, or other entities holding the taxpayers' funds. Its purpose is to ensure tax recovery from the taxpayer who has defaulted on payments. There is a legal obligation by the third party to comply or otherwise face penalties. This is a serious legal matter. Its common use is on working or recovering tax arrears, penalties, and other outstanding dues. So, you can take action if you're a student who wants to learn more about income tax, about filing returns, about VAT, customs, excise duty, oil and gas. Get in touch. Our WhatsApp number is on your screen right now. You can visit our website. You can contact us for your tax related matters so that we can provide you with the solution today. What is your requirement? Do you have a burning tax issue that you want us to solve? We are here for you. Are you seeking to get knowledge on different tax topics? Income tax, VAT, customs, excise duty, oil and gas, name it all. We are here to support you. You can reach out to us on the WhatsApp number on your screen or visit our website www.apexaccountingschool.com. You will find the link to our website and also the registration link if you are a prospective student. If you're a tax agent and you need to share your profile with our audience, please visit our website and submit the details of your tax agency so that you can expand your opportunities to our audience. I wish you all the best. See you in the next training session. God bless.